This website right here, this is the kind of animated premium interface that clients will pay $10,000 plus for. I didn't write a single line of code for this. I didn't spend weeks building it. I Vibecoded it with AI in under 15 minutes. While other agencies are still coding manual, boring templates, I'm using AI to generate high-end motion design that instantly sets you apart. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to replicate this workflow so you can start selling 10K experiences to your clients starting tomorrow. So to start with, we're going to need a hero video image. And the way we're going to build this is without actually doing any shooting ourselves. We're literally going to be prompting it through this tool right here. This is Google Whisk. This is a free tool released as part of Google's ecosystem that can help you build beautiful animated pictures and videos. And today I'm building a website for the next generation of AI, artificial general intelligence, completely sentient artificial life form. So we're going to need something cool for that. Let's say I need a fully Ultra HD image, 8K of a robotic brain. That is the brain of my next generation of AI, sentient AI. Now, this is okay, but I think we can make this prompt a lot better. And we'll do this by coming over to Gemini. So once we're in Gemini, you can just go ahead and paste that in right there. And we're going to ask Gemini to make this prompt a lot better. Hey, Gemini, I want you to improve this prompt for me. The goal is to create an image that is worthy of an ad or a promotional video. And I will eventually be creating something that is a seamless loop video. And this is the image that I'm starting with in Google Whisk. It needs to have a dark background to fit a dark mode website. I want you to improve the cinematography and make it look like something fantastic and beautiful. Here we go, enhancing my prompt, detailing the scene. And I recommend you set this to Pro right here to get the best result. Okay, to transform your concept into a cinematic high-end visual suitable for a promotional video and dark mode web design, we need to focus on lighting, texture, and composition. See, this is the kind of stuff that I would never think of. So it's good that we've got Gemini to do this for us. Cinematic close-up of a hyper-realistic next-generation AI robotic brain suspended in a pitch-black void. Okay, just go ahead and copy this right here, and we're going to bring it back to Whisk and paste that in right there. Now, little tip for you, the settings down here, I want you to untick precise reference. The reason being is because it gives Nano Banana, which is the image creation engine behind Google Whisk, it gives that a bit more freedom to be more creative with creating this. So let's go. It's going to create a couple of concepts for us. Okay, this looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and figure out how we can animate this. So I think if we start with a number of scenes, like this will be the first scene and the scene at the end, let's see what we can do. So if we take this one, okay, I've given you the starting scene and I want you to create the end scene where this brain is shattered apart into a million pieces. Something that would look very cool in a video. Okay, cool. So we have our two scenes. And now we've got our start and our end scene. We're going to come over to Google Flow. And this is going to turn it into a beautifully animated video for us, which we're going to take and put at the top of our website. And the link for this will be down below. Just hit this button right here. So it's using Nano Banana Pro for this, which is Google's latest image generation AI model. We'll just hit new project right there. So we've got a few options here. We want to start with images and then turn these frames into a video. So just hit that right there and then just go ahead and upload your scenes. Okay, now I have my start and my end scene from Google Whisk. I want you to create a prompt for me to take to Google Flow to turn these scenes into a beautiful video to act as my hero image for my website, Sentience AI. We'll come back over to Google Gemini to get the prompts, bring to Google Flow. Okay, we've got a few options here. We've got the living mind, the slow orbit, and the awakening. I think I'm happy with the first one. Then we can just copy this right here. See how easy all of this is. Then I'm just going to add one more thing at the end here. Ensure this video is a seamless loop from finish back to start. And then make sure we're on the latest model, VO 3.1 quality, and let's see what we get. Okay, let's look and see what the results are. Okay, it's pretty cool, but if we're trying to sell an AI SaaS platform, I'm not sure it gives off the right message. This one looks much better. We can go with this one. You can go ahead and save that as 1080p. Okay, now we have our video, we can come over to Google Antigravity to turn this into a beautifully animated website. Let's go. So this is Antigravity right here. It's essentially an agent-first coding platform. So you don't need to know how to code anymore. You can literally vibe code using Gemini 3 Pro or Claude, all within this space right here. Today, we're going to be using Gemini 3 Pro. I recommend you set this to planning right here, because the agent can then plan before executing tasks, and essentially it causes it to think about what it's doing before it actually writes a line of code. Now, before we actually start building anything, I want you to think of the agent right here as kind of like a junior developer. And we want to make it into more of a senior developer with loads of experience before we get stuck in. And the way we're going to do that is by leveraging skills. So agent skills, this essentially does what it says in the tin, gives the agent a bunch of skills that it wouldn't have had otherwise. And we can effectively create any skills for anything that is a repeatable process. Anything you find yourself doing over and over again, you can turn into a skill in Antigravity. So for this, I have a Antigravity skill creator system instructions. And this essentially organizes anything that you want to turn into a skill and then turns it into a skill that can be used by our agent. And there'll be a link to this within my school community, link down below. Now, the first skill we want to start with is superpowers. This is basically the most popular skill out there for anti-gravity cursor coding agents, because this is what is going to turn your agent into an expert developer, because it really puts all software development best practices in one place. Now, if you come to the top and just hit code right here and then copy this GitHub repository. If you don't know GitHub, this is basically a place to store code. Think of it like a file explorer. And then we're going to take this back to Antigravity, and we can take our Antigravity skill creator, paste in our repository, and just say, hey dude, can you turn this into a superpowers skill to turn any agent within Antigravity into a senior software developer? Thanks. Now it's pulled the repository, it's analyzing the code, and it's creating new files for us based off of this repo. So it's creating new skills like brainstorming, planning, code review, and it's teaching the agent to do all of this for you. And we're done. I've successfully created the engineering superpower skill. You can now use this skill to turn me into a senior software developer by using phrases like turn into a senior developer, use engineering superpowers, etc. Now, before we get started, there's two more skills that I want to install on here as well. And those are both to help with user interface, animations, and making this website look beautiful. Now, the first one is the UX Pro Max skill, another really popular one on GitHub. And again, you can just copy the GitHub repo right here. And again, we'll use our skill to create that. You can just paste that in. And there's one more skill that I want to install, and then we can get started. And that is the Magic MCP. Now, this is used to, again, help with UI, specifically made for anti-gravity and coding agents. Put that right there and paste that there once again. And let's go. While that's doing its thing, now's a good time to upload the video into our project as well that we made earlier. And there we have it. I've successfully created the Magic MCP skill. This skill brings the power of 21st.dev Magic Agent directly into your anti-gravity workflow using lightweight Python scripts. Then it tells you what it's implemented. Now, for this, we're going to need something called MCP. This stands for Model Context Protocol. And this is essentially what gives your AI agent hands outside of the coding environment. So to do this, we come up right here. We can have a look at MCP servers. And you've got loads at your disposal right here. So you can use things like Firecrawl, which is a website search and scraper. And you can use that to scrape branding, which is a great one. And there's loads of different things you can do here. So GitHub allows you to commit this to GitHub. You've got Stripe here as well. If you want to start charging for your SaaS platform, you've got all of the Stripe documentation within that Stripe MCP right there. And it'll be able to install everything for you. So if we type in Magic up here, the Magic MCP isn't in that list. So what you can do is you can ask your agent to actually install this for you. And that will install this Magic UI right here. And to do that, you can do something like this. Hey dude, I want you to install the Magic UI MCP for me within my list of MCPs. Use the Magic MCP skill that I've created for you to help with this. And then that'll go ahead and install that for you. Now we can get stuck into actually creating this website. And to start off with, we need to start with some good prompting. So I'm going to use the BLAST framework. This is basically blueprint, link, architect, stylize, and trigger. And it's just a great starting point for any project to really force your agent to think about what it's building. And I'll go ahead and share the link to this in my school community below. Now, to copy all of this, you can just go top right here and copy page contents. And we'll just come back to Google Antigravity right here, paste that in there, and we have our starting prompt. And we'll switch this to planning mode. Hey, Antigravity, I have a hero video image to be used at the top of my website. I want this to be 100% of the vertical height of the homepage. Now, this is a SaaS platform for my company, Sentience AI, and I want you to build a beautiful animated website following the principles of the skills that I'll provide you below. Now, I want you to use a glass morphism styling, Next.js, Tailwind CSS, and Framer Motion to really create the most beautiful animated website we can. I want to include things like pricing. I want to include a hero video at the top. I don't have any logos or branding, so I want you to generate placeholder branding for me. Okay, so the agent is normally pretty good at using the skills, and you shouldn't have to ask it to do this. But if you want to be 100% sure, then you can just go ahead and drag these skills over. That's our superpower skill, our magic MCP skill, and our UI UX Pro Max skill. And let's go. So it's using the BLAST framework to initialize the project, and it's found all of the markdown files that I've given to it, all the skills that we built for it. Now it's going to do things like installing dependencies like Next.js and Tailwind. It's going to do all of this for us and build the environment it needs to actually build this website. Now, if a command like this pops up, you can just hit run. There is a setting to be able to turn this off to make your agent a bit more autonomous, but I recommend you continue giving it permission yourself so that you can actually see the commands that it's trying to change. And if you want to give it more autonomy later, then you can change that setting. Only do this if you absolutely trust your agent to make changes within your terminal. What you can even do while you're waiting for it to build the project for you is to give it additional commands. And next time it comes to take a break or a pause, it will see your message that has come through and it can make changes while it is still thinking and building. Hey man, one thing I forgot to mention is I would like a beautifully animated parallax scrolling effect that is completely seamless throughout the website. And then you can throw that in there. When it comes to its next break, it will take that into account as well. And it's adding the parallax scrolling requirements into its memory. Okay, so it's actually building out our website for us now. Phase 2 is finished. They've initialized the project, class morphism. Okay, now it's running our dev server. Okay, and here's the website. We actually have an error in Next.js. This is completely normal. And the great thing about Antigravity is that you can just go ahead and copy the error logs anytime you get anything like this and just take it back to Antigravity and say, fix this. Hey dude, I just got this error when trying to access the website via localhost. Could you go ahead and fix this error in Next.js and then relaunch the dev server for me? And there we go, Sentience AI. This is absolutely a great start. That is beautiful. And we have that parallax scrolling effect. This is a good start. So we've got a really simple landing page, but I want to add in things like feature sets, pricing as well. And we can add all of that on this page. So let's go back to Antigravity and ask for that. Hey dude, first draft of the website looks really good, but I want to add in a few extra bits. So the first is a bento grid for the feature section. I want to show off some animations showing how each feature of my AI model works. And then below that, I also want a pricing table as well. Use the Magic MCP to stylize this and use the skills at your disposal to make this as beautiful and as animated as you can. I'm really trying to create a great user experience for anyone using my website. Let's go. There we go. I've added the bento grid and pricing table to your website, a dynamic grid-based layout for your features with internal animations, pulsing neural network, etc. Let's have a look. Here it is, Sentience AI. If we come down to this bento grid that it's built for us, we've got some lovely animations there, showing off a feature set, and we've also got the pricing table that we asked for right here as well. That is exactly what I needed. Perfect. Now, I hope I've shown you how easy it is now to be able to vibe code SaaS websites like this and create beautiful animations. Just feel free to go ahead and make edits to your heart's content. And just like that, we have a fully animated $10,000 client-ready website, and we barely touched the code. That is the power of vibe coding. If you want all of the assets I used to make this website, click the link down below. That goes to my school community and you'll find it in there. Now, if you're completely new to this and you want to learn the basics of Google Antigravity, then click the link somewhere on this page and that'll take you to that next video. I'll see you there.